Welcome, gratitude seekers, to our wonderful interview with Nestor Kuilan. He is a relationship coach with more than 50 years of happy marriage, and I'm sure we'll have a lot to learn from this interview. I'll let him speak more about himself and his work. Nestor, could you say a few words about yourself?
Okay, thank you very much. Yes, my name is Nestor Kuilan. I was born in Puerto Rico, a little island in the Caribbean. And I grew in a family, a very happy family. My father and my mother, they had two children, my sister and myself, and they were always happy. And my mother's theme was always to be gratitude to others. In case she died, others will be good to us. She was always pressing that issue: be good, and show gratitude every time, because people will love you. So I used to hear that so much. But then my father was like a philosopher. He used to read a lot, and he used to talk to us about life. That was his favorite subject, life and music. And then he was always talking about being good, being a happy person, help others. So I grew up with that. And that became like part of my life. Mm-hmm. I can say that I am a happy person and a very grateful person. And for me, really, that has been the key in my life.
Awesome. And could you tell us a few words about what you're doing right now with your relationship coaching, and what was your experience until you got to this point?
Good. In 1964, I got married. I saw in one meeting that girl. I was in love already. So we got married in 64. And when I was at the university, let me go back a little bit, I became a member of a sect.
Okay.
That I can say it's a cult. It's a Jehovah's Witnesses.
Okay.
And in 1964, we got married and we began doing what they call special pioneer. We were preaching all the time. And we were assigned to a small town. Then we applied to be missionaries. We were invited to that school. They call it Galad, a school for missionaries. And we were assigned to Spain. In Spain, I was assigned to work, as they call district overseer. That was like traveling the whole country and the islands, helping the congregations, and organizing conventions.
Mm-hmm.
Those conventions, the witnesses. And part of my job was to give personal assistance to the member of the congregation. And there, they always have problems.
Yeah.
The system is so rigid, stressful. So people are always stressed and nervous, and they have a lot of personal relationships. So in a way, I became a specialist in solving marriage problems.
Mm-hmm.
Since they were able to see my marriage, that we were young, we were 27 years old at that time, but very happily working really together.
Mm-hmm.
Many came to us with questions, with problems. It's interesting. I was able to help them. I remember many specific cases that I was able to help them to avoid a separation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, at that time in Spain, the divorce were not allowed. So,
oh.
Yeah, it was under Franco,
Mm-hmm.
Generalissimo Franco. So divorce was not allowed, but they used to separate
Mm-hmm.
and live together with another person. But I helped many people to avoid that situation. So we finished with religion, And I returned to Puerto Rico. I quit religion, and I started working in other things, insurance and real estate.
Mm-hmm.
Until one time in a cruise, there was a coach from England, and we were talking, and he said, "You should be a coach. You should be a relationship coach, because with
Mm-hmm.
your experience and the way you treat others, that's what you should do it." So
Mm-hmm.
I got infused. We still have our real estate business, but then little by little I started doing coaching.
Mm-hmm.
In December we moved from Puerto Rico to Florida, where we are living now. And here now I am starting to get a new clientele of people for relationship.
Mm-hmm. What about your relationship? You are married since 62 or
No, I got married in 1964.
64? Yeah. Okay.
51 years. Now we're
Mm-hmm.
going to be in September 52.
Wow.
I am very happy. I will do it again with the same lady.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Amazing.
yeah,
Amazing.
yeah. It's wonderful. Sometimes I think of those old people that one of them died, and it should be terrible because I am so used to be with her all the time
Yeah.
because we have always been together. I mean, we work together. Uh, Years ago, I had an office for insurance, and she was there for real estate. Then, little by little, I started doing more real estate to help her. And finally, I got my license, and then we were doing real estate together.
How beautiful. Yeah.
So we live together, we work together, everything together.
And how has gratitude helped you get to where you are right now in your marriage?
Okay, that's a wonderful question. That's a wonderful question because that's something that I grow with that attitude, with that
Mm-hmm.
idea of the gratitude. As a matter of fact, maybe this is something that you want to ask me later about my greatest experience about being
Grateful. Yeah.
grateful. But this is meeting my wife.
Mm-hmm.
I have two things in life that I am really, really, really grateful: my parents and my wife.
Mm-hmm.
My parents uh, make me all the time excuse me, feel happy, feel grateful. Excuse me. So I enjoy life. I learn to enjoy life.
Mm-hmm.
My wife is the same, but she's so good. She has so many good qualities that we have been able to click.
Mm-hmm.
And that I feel grateful.
And did gratefulness help you when it wasn't that easy in your relationship?
Well, we have always had good relationship. That's something we have never had any big problem. But I
Mhm.
learned something from her.
Okay.
She's she should be doing the interview. She's a very good person. But something that I learned from her, and that's something that I will be telling the audience, that is one of my best favorite advice. People sometimes talks about communication, to have a
Yeah.
good communication, to discuss things. And I learned from her that I remember when we were young, that, as a young person, you do things in different ways, and sometimes you are fast, you answer, you have a bad temper,
Yeah.
excuse me, things like that. But she tried not to get angry with me and argue about those things. She overlooked them. And then, if in some time in the future the opportunity came, she will say something. If not, she will overlook it completely.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And many times I noticed that, and I thought, huh, I did that. That was wrong. Then I went to talk to her about the subject. And she would tell me, of course, you did that and that and that. But see, sometimes people want to talk about everything, argue about things, discuss them, and in many cases, it's better to to overlook them because, I mean, if you love the person, you know the person, she doesn't have bad ideas,
Yeah, bad intentions.
bad intentions. It's just something of the character. They will that will pass by. As a matter
Mm-hmm.
of fact, you know, sometimes we think we are going to change the person.
Mm-hmm.
We don't change anybody. So people are the way they are. So
Yeah.
I learned to love her the way she was, and she learned to love me the way I was. And that has helped me to try to be good to her, and she is always looking for ways to be good with me.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
that has bring a wonderful relationship, and I am very grateful for that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Awesome. Um, could you tell me and our audience what is your favorite quote on gratitude and why?
Yeah, in a way, I will give you a quote. Excuse me. But in a way, I remember always my father and my mother telling me, sé bien agradecido. That's in Spanish. Sé bien agradecido. Be grateful all the
Mm-hmm.
time. And but there is a quote from Cicero, the Roman philosopher, and he says, "Gratitude is not only the greatest of virtues, but the parent of all others." Gratitude.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And there is one by David Steindl-Rast. This is more modern. That he said, "The root of joy is gratefulness." And I am a witness of that. I am always joyful, and because I am grateful for whatever people do to me. As a matter of fact, the other wife probably told me that I was uh, giving thanks to my coach, that I gave thanks to him so many times. He said, "Yeah, because I am grateful. He's giving me some advices that are great. So I have
Yeah,
to come out from me."
exactly. Exactly. And do you have a certain experience on gratefulness that made you even more grateful than you were before? A
Yes.
certain experience that was very powerful, very, very meaningful for you.
Yes, I have many experiences. But
Could
I'll
you
give
tell
you
us one?
one.
Yeah.
I will give you one if we can too.
Mm-hmm.
As I told you, we lived 10 years in Spain
Mm-hmm.
as missionaries. And we were traveling the whole country, staying with them in that condition at that time, 67 to 77. It was a poor country at that time. And we were staying with them, and the conditions were not the best. For a young couple getting married 3 years ago, and now under these circumstances, every 2 weeks I have to move. Every 2 weeks I have to move to another place. We live
Wow.
to live in our valises. So at one moment, the person he was from Puerto Rico. He moved to Madrid,
Yeah.
and he told me, "Nestor, you can leave your things in our home, and every time you come to Madrid, you can stay with us. You don't have to stay in the congregations." Boy, that was like such a relief
Mm-hmm.
to be in a house with a shower, because in many places that we stay, they didn't have shower. You have to go to
Wow.
public, yeah, you have to public bath or to a high wall at the end with no heat, cold water
Wow.
in the winter. Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah.
No, the circumstances were not the best, but we enjoyed them. And we were happy, grateful to do it for the benefit of others.
Mm-hmm.
So staying there, that action of those friends was something that even today we remember it.
Mm-hmm.
We keep that their generosity with us. But like that, I can tell you many.
Do you have another story that comes to mind?
Yeah. In one occasion, I got to Madrid with 50 pesetas.
Hmm.
That was all. My wife, myself, valises.
How much is that in dollars?
Well, at that time, 70 pesetas was a dollar
Okay.
at that time.
Hmm.
So I get out of the taxi. I got out of the train. We came from Castilla,
Hmm.
and we are there. I mentioned to Tony, my wife, well, my next place to be is in a better section of Madrid. I don't know if with 50 pesetas we can do it,
Hmm.
but I have to take the risk. At that time, we didn't have the cell phones.
Yeah.
So let's take the taxi and go there. And she was a little nervous, scared, but Nestor, if we don't have enough, well, I hope the people will be in the home and they help me, they give me some money to pay, but we have to do something. So we took the taxi and it was less than the 50 pesetas. So
Oh.
we got there. And
Hmm.
when we got there, wow, he was an American who was in Spain. And he mentioned in the congregation that we could stay with him, with them, with the family,
Yeah.
all the time that we were going to be in Madrid.
Hmm.
And they have an attic. They
Hmm.
put us in an attic for us, for ourselves. Can you imagine that we were always living with people? Now we can be by ourselves. And he was so nice, and his wife and the girl, the kids. They, they said, feel comfortable. This is your home. You can do whatever you want. Go to the kitchen, open the refrigerator, feel at home. Feel at home. I said, wow, what a benefit, what a blessing.
Yes, indeed.
But we didn't have any penny at
Hmm.
all, except us. So at that night, we went to the congregation and with them in their car. And what happened at the congregation? Since we were not going to be staying with the witnesses in their home, they make a collection and they give me some money. So
Wow.
they give me an envelope. When I got home, I noticed that I have money there. So
Wow.
now, so this was something because I was really worried,
Hmm.
uh, and Tony, both of us. But then suddenly everything was solved. And I think the reason was that they always noticed that we were grateful. We always
Yeah.
show appreciation for what they did, even the little things, appreciation. And so they keep doing it. They keep doing it. It's like something that renews by itself.
Yes, yes. I also seen this in my experience when, and even with myself, if I know that somebody appreciates my work, or if somebody appreciates my gestures, it's really natural for me to want to do more, because I feel appreciated, and I want to do more, and I want to help the other person more. It's only natural. But if someone is okay, it takes things for granted more or less, yeah, that's not the kind of person
Mm.
you feel that like you want to give more to. And what I wanted to ask you is, in your coaching experience, coaching people in relationships, um, how do you see gratitude? What role does it have? Did you advise people that came to you to learn to be more grateful with each other, or how has this helped relationships in general from your experience?
Well, my main interest when I am working with a couple is that they have to be they have to understand each other. They have to try to understand the other person. because many of the problems, that's the reason they don't realize what the other person is trying to do or wants to do or thinking his problem. What you call empathy.
Mm-hmm.
You have to develop empathy to understand the other person. And that's basic because if you don't understand somebody, you cannot show really gratitude.
Mm-hmm.
When you understand why he's acting, from where he's coming,
Yeah.
all those things are the one that are going to help in the relationship. So when they apply those advices, and as a matter of fact, always is there the appreciation, then you see the whole thing. Then you
Mm-hmm.
see it's going to bloom, it's going to really flourish.
Mm-hmm.
But those ingredients have to be there.
Yeah.
And dessert is like gratitude is like the dessert to finish the thing.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. And what do you advise, for instance, couples that are constantly fighting and that find it harder to be grateful for the other person?
Yeah. See, now from that point of view, gratitude is basic. Sometimes they fight because they don't realize how good is that person, how much
Mm-hmm.
benefit they have received from that person, how much happiness he has get from that person.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't think in that, or she doesn't think in that. They only think in the wrong things. But
Mm-hmm.
if they change and try to see the good things in the other person, wow, they will have reason to be grateful. They will feel better
Mm-hmm.
about the other
Mm-hmm.
person because, and it is always like that. It's just there is a saying: change the way you see things, and the things will change.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you help them to change that point of view of only looking for the wrong, but to look for the good things, well,
Indeed. Indeed.
they will change.
Yes. There is another saying that well, what you focus on grows. And if you focus on the flaws and all on what's not working, of course you will keep seeing that and you will keep getting that. And if you choose to focus on gratitude and focus on the good things and on what's beautiful and what's working, it's going to be a different kind of experience that you're going to have.
Definitely, definitely, and I can I can prove that that's like that.
Hmm.
And I
Hmm.
have seen it work so many times.
Hmm.
That's a fact. That's a fact. What you mentioned now.
Yeah, I really think that we as human beings need appreciation more than many other things that other people might think it is important. Like I don't know, we yearn for appreciation more than we yearn for material possessions, actually,
Yes,
because this is so deep for us and so important, but we sometimes can see it, and um, it's harder for us when we focus on other things, especially when we focus on the bad things. But um, we have a tendency to do that because we want to feel protected, and our brain is wired that way, so we can see all the bad things that are happening or that might happen in order for us to be protected against them. And in a way, gratitude goes against this tendency to see only the bad, so we can protect against it, and we can actually focus on the good and feel good about what's actually beautiful there.
that's true. And for
Yeah.
example, I always practice gratitude when I go to the stores. And that's
Mm-hmm.
something that it has become like part of me. And my wife, she laughs always because she sees the reaction of the people, and sometimes she get amazed. She, for example, I always with the cashiers or an employee, whatever, whoever, I always give thanks, but I try to do it not just thank you for being this and this, and many of them they answer, no, no, that's okay, that's my job, or that's why
Yeah,
we are
yeah,
here, like trying to reject. I say, no, 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 but you did it in such a nice way, or you have been this and this, and then I started conversation. Sometimes even I ask them, you look a little tired, huh? Then they open themselves immediately. Say, yes, yes, yeah, but tonight you rest. Don't go partying.
yeah.
Things like
It's
that,
so
or
nice.
just joking.
Mm-hmm.
And they say so good. And Tony sometimes says, wow, you made her day. You know?
Yeah, yeah. This is what I believe. Also, this is what I've talked with Andy in our interview. Also, because you can feel grateful even for small things, like when you go to the restaurant and you receive your pizza, if it's really warm, and you love the way
Yeah,
you got it, you can say thank you in a beautiful way, and for the waiter to really feel that you appreciate what he did for you. Even if,
yeah,
yeah, he's paid, he will receive a tip, but the human connection and the fact that he is appreciated, I think matters even more than money, or the fact that he has a salary or stuff like that.
yeah. And you know something, Georgia. I am 74 years old. As I mentioned before, I am a happy person, a joyful person, and I have worked with so many people during my life, and people has been good to me all the time. I can only pinpoint maybe with less than the fingers in the one hand people who didn't show appreciation for what I did.
Wow.
See, and I know that after the time, maybe they'll realize that they were wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that has been because my appreciation. And people want to help me. People want always are encouraging. They motivate me. They are happy to be with me. And as a matter of fact, I learned that from my father. He was
Mm-hmm.
like that, and so I learned it from
Mm-hmm.
him
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
my mother too. But it has been tremendously a help for me because it's like magic. Like magic. People
Yeah,
always, yeah.
it's
Why you call
interesting how the fact that you are grateful for and appreciative of other people appreciated and were grateful for you and for
yeah,
what you did for them. And yeah, it goes both ways. If you
yeah,
give appreciation, and if you give
yeah.
um, if you are grateful for other people will appreciate you. And I think life will be much better. So this
Easier.
is, this is one beautiful tip for our audience from your 74 years of experience in this world.
And I think that what you are doing is so wonderful.
Thank you.
It's what the work that you're doing, maybe you don't realize now what you're going to achieve.
Thank you.
Because yeah, no, I tell you honestly, because from my heart, because you're helping, you're giving something to the people that is much needed. Boy, to be grateful. See, so you're going to be successful, and people will like you.
Thank you. Thank you. So I got to this because I was thinking, what could I do that would help people the most? And it has been my own experience that gratitude has really helped me be more joyful, more happy with my life. And I got to this point because I was very ambitious. I got to reach some of my goals, And when I got there, I wasn't happy, and it was weird for me. Why wouldn't I be happy if I wanted that goal and I got there? And in time, I got to understand that what was more important than achieving the goal was being grateful for the road, being grateful for it, having people to enjoy it with, and that the feeling of gratefulness actually gives you that beautiful feeling that you're actually running towards when you're setting a goal. And it's one of the most important things in my life and in my opinion, because you can have everything in the world, if you are not great being able to if you're not able to be grateful for it, it really doesn't matter. It's like you have nothing.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You're a wise guy.
Thank you.
young,
Thank you.
young but wise.
Thank
That's
you very
good.
much.
That's good. Yeah, yeah.
And in our discussion right now, you mentioned a few people that you are grateful for. Um, do you want to mention other people other than your parents and your wife that you feel appreciation for and you are grateful for, that had helped you in your life and made it a more beautiful journey?
Well, I would have to have about several hours to
Yeah,
mention them.
yeah, I'm sure.
But
I'm sure.
be more specific. Yes. For example, my brother-in-law and my sister-in-law,
Mm-hmm.
oh, they have been so nice to us, so good. In the worst situation that we have ever been, they have been always there,
Mm-hmm.
always there. I remember when I was in the Watchtower organization, and they throw me out because ideas.
Mm-hmm.
I was changing ideas, and they told me, Nestor, they throw me out with no money, with nothing, from one day to the other. They wanted me to change, get repented. I said, no way. Those ideas are my ideas, and so out. They told me, you come here. We make. That was in Long Island, New York.
Mm-hmm.
We fix the house for you, and you stay here all the time you want. You stay here with
Wow.
us, just like that. See? Now that we came here, my niece, Rosalind and Greg Halter, they gave me their home. You stay here, you don't have to pay anything.
Wow.
You stay with us. And I have so many good experiences like that. Like, for example, uh, I can mention many ones. For example, in Puerto Rico, Rafael Arroyo and Rafael Hidalgo, they help us in such a way that they cannot even realize what they did to us. Here in Florida, my niece, Annette Kelly and her husband John, wow, what they have done for us. My sister and her husband, Lydia and Elias Pacheco, we went from Spain to Puerto Rico, they offered the home, the car, you take it and you do whatever you want until you find a job.
Amazing.
See, yeah, many people. There is a guy I am writing a book. I'm writing a book about, it's already done now in the correction phase.
Mm-hmm.
It's about, the title will be more or less Finally Free.
Wow.
Free from cold. And there's a guy, Richard Kelly, in Arizona, that he has helped me. And he has proposed help to do the book. Richard Waters in California. He went to Puerto Rico to make some recordings of my experiences.
Mm-hmm.
Emilio Ortiz in Puerto Rico. Well, I can keep going.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure you have a lot of
Yeah,
experience and a lot of people to be grateful for.
yeah.
Um,
Something that we were talking before, and that's why maybe I feel so grateful, is that I see life as a river. People say, go with the flow. Yeah?
mhm,
But you have to live life. You cannot get stuck.
mhm.
And if you are always in the flow, in the move, with whatever experience you have, then you have to feel grateful even if you don't want. Because those, those situations come to your life and sometimes you think they are bad, they are what you mean, the meaning you give into them, the meaning
Yeah.
you give to them. Because many of those experiences really teach you and you help from the experience and from the people who are involved. And then
Mhm.
you move to another step, like stepping stones in life. And if you keep moving, you will be happy and grateful. You will have reasons to be happy.
Amazing.
I stop because if not,
Yeah. So, do you have a message for the young people listening to us right now from your
yes,
experience?
yes, I would say be open in life. Be open. Accept life as it comes. That's something that is hard to learn. Now I can talk about that because of my years.
Yeah.
White hair, white hair. But
Yeah.
sometimes you want to fight with life. You want to do things the way you want. But no, no way. No way.
Hmm.
Sometimes it's like for example, a leaf, a leaf from the tree that falls in the river and it is moving. What does what does yeah, that's the name. The tree has a leaf,
Yeah.
leaf in the floating in the water, and suddenly gets stuck with a stone, with a rock.
Hmm.
What do the what does it does? It moves, it goes around the stone and keep.
Hmm.
It
Yeah.
doesn't fight. It doesn't fight with the stone. Do you understand?
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
It doesn't fight with stone. And sometimes we fight with the situation, so we are destroyed. We have to learn to take things with appreciation and move. Give it around and move. Don't fight.
Hmm.
Keep
Hmm.
keep keep moving. And if we learn that since we're young, we will avoid many problems, a bad relationship with people, arguments, discussions. If we learn to just keep moving. Forget about this, keep moving. And
Wonderful.
don't have resentment. Never in life. Never in life. Resentment kills you.
Hmm.
Kills you completely. See, life is not so hard. now now I am doing something new in you. This is not advertising. It's just because of the information in it. I
Hmm.
am changing my let's say my subject to be happy,
Hmm.
and relationship is part of that happiness. So
Yeah.
I wrote down 10 10 principles that have been my main principles in life to be happy.
Okay. What are they?
And they are in my webpage.
Oh, so people can
And,
find them on your webpage. Okay.
and then I am going to make like a assessment. So people can go on completely free, make an
Hmm.
assessment of how are they doing in those qualities.
Hmm.
Because
Hmm.
if they are weak in one, he's not going to be as happy as he could be.
Hmm.
So they can improve, they can work in it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's going to be there.
Okay. Perfect. And can you tell us your website?
Yes, www.nestorkuilan.com. Let me spell it.
Okay.
Nestorkuilan.com.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you.
And but that's the key. Remember, be happy and be grateful.
Amazing. Amazing. Thank you, Nestor. Thank you very much for sharing all these beautiful tips and all your life experience with us. And if people want to reach you, they can go on your website, nestorquillan.com, right?
Yes,
And they
I,
will find the contact page and they can contact
Yes,
you from there, right?
yes, definitely.
Okay, perfect.
LinkedIn, Facebook,
All right.
Twitter, all have the same address, Nestor Kuilan.
Okay, perfect. Thank you
Yeah.
very much, Nestor.
No, it's my pleasure, and I am more grateful to you
Thank you. I'm also grateful that you
because
accepted it,
because
the
of
invitation.
the opportunity. Okay, take good
You're
care
welcome.
and lots of success
Thank
in
you.
in
Thank you,
that
Nestor.
endeavor. Okay,
Thank you.
bye.
Bye bye.